about is 28. If a man happens to meet a virgin who is not pledged to be married and rapes her and they are discovered, he shall pay her father 50 shekels of silver. He must marry the young woman for he has violated her. He can never divorce her as long as he lives. This is the
Yeah.
passage, right?
Yeah. So if you are on what are you on the NIV? What are you on?
Yeah, this is Bible Hub NIV.
Okay. Can you go to the NKJV, please?
Let's see. It is. Yep.
Now, can you read the same verse?
Yep. If a man finds a young woman who is a virgin and who is not betrothed, and he seizes her and lies with her, and they are found out, then the man who lay with her shall give to the young woman's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife because he has humbled her. He has not. He shall not be permitted to divorce her all his days.
Correct. Now, can you please read verse 25?
Okay, but if in the same translation, right?
Yeah, same translation's fine. NIV, I don't read the NIV. The NIV is a horribly bad translation, which is why I encourage people not to read it. That's obviously another discussion. But yeah, that's why I don't read it, and I encourage other Christians not to read it. Can you read verse 25, please?
But if a man finds a betrothed young woman in the countryside and the man forces her and lies with her, then only the man who lay with her shall die. That's it, or continue?
Right. So you read 25 and you read 28. Now, if we look at the actual Hebrew lexicons, right, 28 is not actually talking about someone who is assaulted by a man. 28 is talking about a man who, which was illegal at the time, seduces a young woman who is not betrothed. And if he decides that he wants to go ahead and sleep with her and they are caught, then now he owes the father of that girl money. That has nothing to do with a violent assault. So now, because you decided that you wanted to sleep with this girl out of wedlock and you got caught, now not only do you owe her dad money, but you are going to now marry her because that was the right thing to do. If we look at verse 25 and we look at verse 28 and you look at things like I use the Brown Driver Briggs Hebrew lexicon. The words in both of those verses are not even the same. In 25, the word is chazak, which is meaning to overpower, which is how you know you're talking about a violent assault. The word in verse 28 is tafas, which does not have the same connotation. Does that make sense?
It still has a violent context. It's about seizing and laying hold of someone.
It could, yes. But in this context, this is not about violence.
But what's your evidence for that?
Well, when you look at people like Daniel L. Block and you actually look at his work on it and the contextual wording used in verse 28, you do understand that if this was the same connotation, then the same punishment would be implemented upon the man. Because look at what does verse 26 say?
Verse 26?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it says, but you shall do nothing to the young woman. Mm-hmm. There is in the young woman no sin deserving of death. For just as when a man rises against his neighbor and kills him, even so is this matter.
Correct. So if this was the same connotation, why would the punishment for the man be different? You literally have 4 verses here, right? You got 25 and 26, you have 27 and 28 and 29, right? So don't you find it strange that the man was accused of supposedly assaulting this woman and has to be put to death, but then you think you're talking about the same thing and he has to marry her? That's absolutely that doesn't follow.
No, because it's not talking about the same thing. What else is different about the two contexts?
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I'm asking you.
I explained to you. I explained to you what the difference is because you're a smart guy. You know for a fact that if verse 28 meant the same violent assault as verse 25, the law would not suddenly downgrade the punishment from death.
But it's not talking about the same thing.
I'm sorry?
It's not talking about the same thing.
Right. So your insinuation was in your ex post that Jesus makes women marry the man who assaulted them. I'm making it clear here that these two verses, the one that you're insinuating, is not a woman marrying her assaulter. This is the man being forced to marry the girl that he slept with when he had no business doing so.
Okay, good. So let's just clear something up first. Do you believe that this is revelation from God?
Of course.
And do you believe that Jesus is God?
Yes.
So you believe that Jesus, or the Son, the second person of the Trinity, took part in revealing this text?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, good. So when I say Jesus, that's what I'm referring to. Just
I know, yeah, no, I'm in agreement with you, Jake. I have no problem with that. It's just like when Muslims call my show and they ask, or they try to make the same kind of wordplay and say, "Well, do you believe Jesus was involved in Numbers 31?" Yes, absolutely. You listen. You can't believe that Jesus is the Son of the Godhead and then try to obfuscate that when punishments and judgments are handed out. I have no problem with that. Right?
Okay, good. So now invert. You said verses in 25 and 26 are going together, and then you have 28 and 29,
which is why you have a different punishment. Correct.
Okay. What else is different that you have failed to mention between the two contexts?
Nothing that I'm aware of. Say it if you want to say it.
I just want to know if you know, because you said I'm a smart guy. I don't really know much about you. So I think if you're pretty smart, then you should be able to tell me what the difference is.
So you're saying 25 and 26, but if a man finds a betrothed, a young woman in the countryside, and forces her and lies with her, only the man who lay with her shall be unalive. But you shall do nothing to the young woman. There is in the young woman no sin deserving of death. So making it clear that the person who's assaulted, it has done nothing wrong, right? For just as when a man rises against his neighbor and unalives him, even so is this matter. For he found her in the countryside, and the betrothed young woman cried out, but there was no one to save her. Now this goes into the next one, which your ex post was about. If a man finds a young woman who is a virgin, who is not betrothed, and seizes her and lies with her, and they are found out, then the man who lay with her shall give to the young woman's father 50 shekels of silver, and she shall be his wife, because he has humbled her. He shall not be permitted to divorce her all his days. And then 30 says, a man shall not take his father's wife nor uncover the, which is unrelated. So the difference that I illustrated to you was that if we look at the actual Hebrew and the words, first of all, you'd have to ask yourself, if this is the same offense, why are two different words being utilized? Why is chazak being used in verse 25 and then tafas being used in verse 28? Why is the punishment different? If the punishment is different and it's the same crime, would that stand to reason? Would that follow to you?
But it's not the same crime. But I'm asking you, because I asked you now 2 or 3 times. Are you unable to give the other relevant difference between the two contexts?
No, I listen, you asked me and I read it out loud. If there's a difference in your mind that you want to,
it's not in my mind. It's very clear in the text.
Then go ahead and name it. Then go ahead and name it. Go ahead.
Okay,
and I'll address it. No.
But if a man finds a betrothed young woman, that's what 25 says. 28 says, if a man finds a woman who is a virgin who is not betrothed.
Okay, so again, how does that follow that this is the same crime?
No, that shows that they're not the same crime, dude.
So what does betrothed mean? What does betrothed mean?
Seriously, you don't know what betrothed means?
No, I'm asking you. I know what it means. Betrothed means that she is set up to be married, right? This is a betrothed young woman in the countryside, and the man forces her and lies with her. Okay, again,
but is that a difference in the two contexts? One is betrothed and one is not. Why'd you fail to mention that?
Because it's inconsequential to the punishment. You stated.
No, it is. That's why there is a difference.
No, brother. Because here's the thing: your post stated that Jesus made women marry the man who RIP or RAP or assaulted them, right? So
yes, according to verse 28, yes,
according to verse 28, correct. But you are reading the NIV, and now we're seeing that the actual translations, the proper translations, do not utilize that language. And when you look at the original Hebrew, which you have failed to address many times, it's not even the same
I haven't
word.
even attempted to address it because I'm showing you that you are so illiterate you can't even read a text properly. You
Well,
didn't
this
even
isn't about
recognize
this.
the difference between
No,
25 and
I
28.
recognize that 25. I recognize that
You
25.
never mentioned one is betrothed and one is not. Why'd you fail to mention?
Because we're talking about the crime of whether the female was
No, I
being
asked about the
assaulted or not.
context.
Can I finish? Can I finish? Yeah. Can I finish
They're
my
not the
sentence?
same crime.
Can I finish my
because
sentence?
one is betrothed
They're not
and one is not.
No, they're not the same crime because the word utilized in Hebrew isn't even the same word. If it was the same crime, it would have said chazak in 25 and 28. You are trying to do the typical. You are trying to do your. Okay, brother.
There are multiple words that can be used to convey the same meaning.
So show me how it makes it different whether or not the woman is betrothed or not. Go ahead, because you're trying to illustrate that point.
Let's do this, brother Maverick. Can you show me a single early Christian source that translates and understands this passage in the same way that you do?
An early Christian source that understand. I told you that I go to the Brown Driver Briggs Hebrew lexicon.
Dude, that's 21st century.
Okay, I'm going to the lexicon to look at what the actual words are.
I'm asking you, are there any authoritative Christian interpreters of this passage that actually understand the text in the way that you just said?
Okay, so the problem is you're acting like this interpretation was invented in the 21st century. That's what you're saying?
I'm saying it's not a pre-modern interpretation. It's a modern interpretation. It doesn't exist in the pre-modern period. Prove me wrong.
So if you look at the Septuagint, the Greek translation, and I know what you're doing because you don't want to address what the actual words are. Okay,
I do. I just told you, dude. Do you not understand that you can have multiple words that are different words that can have the same meaning or imply the same context?
So do you want me to talk, or do you just want to talk over me?
I want you to answer my question. You're not answering me.
So I've answered the question because
you're not. A pre-modern source? Is there a pre-modern source? I'm talking about interpreters of the Christian Bible that interpret this passage in the same way that you do.
I don't need to go to a pre-modern source.
I'm asking you, do they exist?
Again, I'm not even going to bother to give it to you because you're ignoring the most important part of the two verses. You lied on X and you stated that Jesus makes a woman marry her rapist.
And that's exactly what's happening in verse 28.
That's exactly what's not happening because you yourself don't want to talk about the fact that tafas and chazak are not the same word. So explain to everybody.
I already responded to that, brother Maverick. Are you not listening? I already responded to that.
No, it's not about not listening. It's about the fact that you haven't addressed it.
I did.
You're running away from it.
I said,
okay,
let
so
me try it one more time.
Why is it two verses apart? Why is it two verses apart? Why is it two verses apart and utilizing different words then?
Because it doesn't have to use the same words to say the same thing. Just as you just said.
Wait a second.
Slow or all
no, brother. Honestly. No, I'm not the one who got my ass whooped by God Logic in a debate. That's you. So
okay, you want to talk about that? You want to talk about that?
No. We're gonna stay right here because you already
you don't want to talk about that.
You don't want to talk humiliation.
You don't want to talk about that, dude.
Your explanation is you ain't getting jizya from me, brother. You ain't getting jizya from me. Not even over my dead body will you get jizya from me.
Definitely, bro.
Yeah,
I love to collect jizya. I collected a whole bunch of it in the church. Now listen, dude, this is my stream. This is my stream. I asked you a direct question. I asked you a direct question.
And I asked you a direct question, and I answered your question.
If you're gonna do this clapping stuff, you're just gonna get removed, bro. I don't have time.
That's fine. Then remove me. I knew that's what was gonna come anyway. That's why Logic and me were laughing in the text, knowing it was gonna happen eventually. Because
you're a clown. You're a clown.
The only clown is you.
Your argument is so low tier, Jake. Why are they not the same word? If they're not the same word, and they both can't mean rape. Hey, dummy! Earlier, when you said sexual assault,
hey, stupid!
You said sexual assault. Hey, when you said sexual assault, did that mean?
Why is the punishment different, Jake? Why is the punishment different, Jake?
The punishment is different, dumbass. The punishment is different is because one is betrothed and one isn't, which you failed to actually recognize. Thank you, dummy. Look at this guy. What an idiot. What an absolute fool. So I asked him 3 times, maybe 4 or 5 times, what is the difference between verses 25 and 26? Now, this guy is coming to educate me. He's coming to educate me on what these passages mean, and he can't tell me one of the fundamental differences between verses 25 and 26 and verses 28 and 29. The fundamental difference is, but if a man finds a betrothed young woman in the countryside, one is a case of betrothed, raping a betrothed woman, and the other one is a case where the woman is not betrothed and she's raped. Okay? Now, the reason why I asked him to provide me a single example of a pre-modern source that translates and understands the passage in the way that Mr. Brother Maverick is doing is because he can't. Why can't he show me a single early church father, early church historian, or early church exegete of the Bible, or even early Jewish sources who understand the passage in the same way that he is? He's saying that verses 28 and 29 are about a consensual affair. 25 and 26 are about rape. 28 and 29 are consensual sex. They're not about rape. But what this dumbass doesn't understand is that no, the difference is not about consent or one being raped versus not being raped and not consenting. It's about one being betrothed and one not being betrothed. And how do we know this? Let me actually break it down to you. I didn't think this guy was so low tier that he can't even properly read a text, that he didn't even know the difference between one was betrothed and one was not. You go to Exodus chapter 20. One second. I'm just pulling it up here. Okay. Sorry, Exodus chapter 22. And he's crying about the NIV, but it's not the NIV. I can only the NIV. I can show you like 10 different English translations that use the word rape, okay? And it's being translated as rape because it has that context or meaning behind it. Now, if you go to Exodus 22, okay? Now, look, let me show this dumbass and bury his argument that this is about consent. Exodus chapter 22, verse 16. If a man seduces a virgin, notice the wording difference, seduces a virgin who is not pledged to be married. So what? This is the same example. If according to Mr. Brother Maverick, he's so low IQ, he doesn't understand this. If Deuteronomy 22 verses 28 and 29 are about consensual sex with someone who is not betrothed to be married, and that's the punishment, why is the punishment and the explanation different here when that's exactly what Exodus 22 is about? Then that would mean you have a contradiction in the Bible. Exodus 22:16 says, if a man seduces a virgin who is not pledged to be married and sleeps with her, this is the exact example he's claiming about Deuteronomy 22. He must pay the bride price, and she shall be his wife. Notice the difference? He has to pay the bride price, and she becomes his wife. If her father absolutely refuses to give her to him, he must pay the bride price for virgins. Notice the difference? Do you notice the difference? So Exodus 22, 16 and 17 is actually about the man and the woman who have consensual sex where the man seduces her, not rapes her. He seduces her. They have consensual sex, and she's not betrothed. She's not betrothed to another man. So if that's exactly the same thing as Deuteronomy 22, then why do they say different things about what the judgment or penalty is? In this Exodus 22, it says he must pay the bride price and she shall be his wife, but it gives an option for the father, right? Instead of paying the price directly to the father, and the father doesn't have a choice in rejecting in the 50 shekels with Deuteronomy 22. This says he must pay the bride price and she shall be his wife, but it's conditional or contingent upon if her father absolutely refuses to give her to him. So in the case of Exodus 22, the father can refuse, but in Deuteronomy 22, the father cannot refuse. There's no option about him refusing. And even if, in this case, even if the father refuses to give his daughter to him, then the man still must pay. Sorry about that. Then the man still must pay the bride price for virgins. So this is the example of consensual sex with someone who is not betrothed. And notice the judgment is different. In this case, the father has the option to refuse the marriage. In Deuteronomy 22, he doesn't. And also, even if he does refuse, the man still must pay the bride price for virgins, for having sex with the girl. Deuteronomy 22 doesn't say that. So here's a Christian dilemma for you now. If Deuteronomy 22, verses 28 and 29 are about consensual sex and the punishment or judgment for that, for consensual sex with a woman who's not betrothed, and Exodus 22 is the same example, then you have a contradiction. Why does one give the option for the father to refuse and the other doesn't? And in one, he must pay the bride price for virgins even if he doesn't marry her. And that's not what Deuteronomy 22 says. So you either have if they mean the same thing and are referring to the same event and same crime, then it would be the same law, but they're not. So then if you want to say that they are, you have a contradiction between Exodus 22 and Deuteronomy 22. On the other hand, if you want to be smart and recognize, no, Exodus 22, 16 to 17 is the case that Brother Maverick said, and therefore that means that Deuteronomy 22, 28 to 29 is not referring to consensual sex, it's referring to rape. And he can't actually give me a pre-modern source from an early church father or writer that interprets the passage in the way that he does. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go. Aqida Defense just gave a super chat. I hope nobody says they're 100% sure you said something that you didn't actually say. Yeah, that's what happened last time. That's pretty funny. Okay, I'm going to let Johnny up because he was the next person waiting. Johnny, can you hear me? You're live.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Are you a Christian?
No, I'm a Muslim. I converted 4 years ago, but I have a question about the title.
This is a Christian call-in stream, so
it's just one question. I'll be fast, and then you can kick me out,
sure.
if that's okay.
What is it? Yeah.
Okay, so we as Muslims, we believe in divine command theory, right? Like whatever God says is correct, and whatever God says is incorrect is, haram, halal, all that stuff, right? So
Depends what you mean by divine command theory. Do you mean that God can choose, like God? What is good and evil is purely based upon God's commands?
yes.
No, we don't believe that.
What, really?
No.
Can you actually explain that to me? Because I thought that's what it was.
So, for example, do you believe that iman and kufr, or belief and disbelief, are equal in the sight of God, and that he arbitrarily wills for one to be good and one not to be good?
No.
Okay, then that means that one is inherently good and the other is inherently evil. And it doesn't depend upon Allah's command to make it good or to make it evil.
But wouldn't you say then that the fact that Allah created us implies that I don't know how to phrase that. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying here, but that wouldn't be possible unless Allah created us, correct?
What wouldn't be possible? Sorry.
So for example, I have free will. I can commit shirk, or I can become a Muslim or a Christian.
Yeah.
I have the free will. Um, it was given to me. I was created by God, but yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to argue against this. Honestly,
The chat.
I don't know.
I just want to respond to people, guys. I've stated this numerous times. If you're having trouble seeing me, it has nothing to do with the camera. It's the internet connection. Go ahead, Johnny.
Oh, okay, so another question then. Okay, for example, right, the Bible. So I don't know what percentage of the Bible actually came from God and what percentage came from humans, and I don't think anybody knows that. Um, so if that verse that you guys brought up, the Deuteronomy verse,
Yeah,
how do we know for certain that this isn't from Allah?
because it's
D- uh,
evil.
yeah, I don't. So what do we base this evil upon? Like, how can I say that that's evil?
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Do you think that you can know what? Um, let's not say everything, but do you believe you can know certain things are good or evil apart from revelation?
Yeah, or fitra. Yeah.
Okay, so that's how you know. You know, based upon your fitrah, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created you with, that intentionally killing babies is evil.
Yes, yes, of course. But if we also look at the context of the society back then, right, and an unmarried woman who slept around would be looked down upon, and
No, but
perhaps
we're not
most
talking
likely
about
wouldn't.
slept around. We're talking about an unmarried woman who is raped. Should she be forced to marry her rapist?
No, I completely disagree with that.
Yeah, that's evil. And that's how we know it's not from Allah.
So, yeah, I
So
don't
the
know. I think
position, let me explain something. The position of Ahl Sunnah, the position of the Sunnis, the correct position anyway, is that we can know certain things that are good or bad, or evil or good, apart from revelation. For example, that torturing babies and raping babies for fun is evil. Okay. We know that. We don't need revelation to tell us that. But we do need revelation to tell us that we have to pray 5 times a day. You see the difference?
yeah, I see the difference. It's not something we would know naturally just by walking in the woods, for
Right.
example. Yeah.
Right. Right. So some things are known in terms of them being good or evil, and others we have to know through revelation. We have to know what God's commands us to do and what He expects from us from revelation. But we do accept that there are certain things that we know are good or evil apart from revelation, and those are the things in which, if they're found in the Bible, and we know them to be evil apart from revelation, then we know that those can't be genuine revelation from Allah.
Okay, okay, I see what you're coming from. Yeah, I don't know because look, there's still honor culture left on this earth, right? This isn't theology. I'm talking cultural stuff now. Certain places in this world where if a woman is not a virgin, that she just won't be able to find a partner. And so when I look at that Bible verse, I'm assuming that that's probably what the culture was like back then. Um, s- yeah, so I don't know. Maybe that's not a strong argument, but I could see potential for uh, God to allow this for a certain period of time, um, because of
Do you think? Do you think God? You think God would ever allow a man who rapes a woman, that the woman who he rapes is forced to marry the man for 50 shekels?
I don't know about the 50 shekels thing because I have no idea why God would put a currency that's temporary inside of a holy book that people are supposed to follow for eternity, right? That
Yeah,
part I don't understand.
saying
That's
the amount
actually
of
my
money, even if
yeah.
you say you convert it to modern currency, it doesn't matter. For whatever the modern equivalent of 50 shekels is now, even if we said it was $1,000, I don't know what it actually is, but let's say it's $1,000. Does that does that seem good or morally correct to say that a woman who was raped by a man is forced to marry the man that just raped her and the money is paid to her father for them getting married.
I think it's completely morally incorrect, but
Right. So there you go.
yeah. I think it's morally incorrect. I agree.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna have to move on, brother. I'm
All
gonna
right,
have
all
to
right. Thank you for your
deal
time.
with some
Thank you. I
Christians.
appreciate it.
All right, Barakallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Okay, so that was Johnny. We're gonna move on here. Caleb, I just asked you if you're a Christian. You didn't respond, so I don't know what that means. Maybe you're not, but I'm trying to deal with Christians here. Let's go to the next person, AK. Here we go.
Assalamu alaikum, yeah. Yeah, so by the way, I'm not Christian, but like I just wanted like to tell you something about like do you know Vegan Gains?
The what?
Do you know a person called like Vegan Gains?
Vegan Gains. Let me look him up. It sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, so you know, he used to upload videos about like basically attacking like Islam and stuff, you know. He's still like uploading videos regarding like, you know, Palestinian like genocide and you know how he supports like Israel, and then he, you know, just really doesn't like Muslims. So but I mean something happened to him actually recently.
Okay,
But
what's
yeah,
that?
just see if you like are familiar with him.
Not really. I just looked at him. Maybe I've seen him before, but I don't know much about him.
Yeah, so he actually like a few years ago, I'm pretty sure like in 2024, he appeared on like Hamza's Den. I'm not sure if you like seen that. And he was like
No.
debating objective morality, stuff like that.
No.
Okay, but wait, can I like screen share something like regarding him? Because there was like a recent event and like controversy regarding him, like that happened.
You could just explain it, bro, because I respectfully, I don't know you, and a lot of people shared like bad things on these streams, and that gets
Okay, yeah, no worries. Yeah, so basically, yeah, he was like doxxed, right? Like his house address, like you know, people were like going after him and stuff, right? And like you know, it's getting like spread everywhere. But yeah, I just wanted to like know if you like knew anything about that because it was like
No.
getting posted everywhere, like on Discord and stuff.
No, not at all.
Okay.
And I wouldn't want to share that anyway because if he's being doxxed, I don't want to share that on the screen.
No, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, like his house is like you know blurred out anyways, but yeah, I was just curious if you knew about that because it's like going kind of like viral on TikTok as well.
No, I don't know anything about it. No.
All right, well, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's all I wanted to come up for, but I wanted to say, yeah, may Allah bless you for your works. You know, may Allah give you shifa. Yeah, I really appreciate you, bro. Like, you know, I'm a revert as well. You know, I reverted like 5 years ago, but yeah, I just really like your content regarding like refuting Christianity and defending the Athari Aqidah. So yeah, may Allah bless you, bro, and yeah, take care. Assalamu
All right,
alaikum.
take care. Alaikum salam, barakallahu feek. All right, so yeah, I think I've seen this guy Vegan Gains before, but I really honestly I don't know much about him. I'm just being very honest with you. But yeah, maybe I'll look into that and see if I can cover if there's anything important to know. I mean, if you got doxxed, you know, whatever sucks. I mean, I've been doxxed on the internet, so it happens. But anyway, Vladimir, you are up next. I'm gonna bring you up.
Hey, how are you doing? Assalamu alaikum. Can you hear me?
Wa alaikum assalam. You're a Muslim?
Yes. Recently reverted, yes. Alhamdulillah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, 1 second. What the hell? So this is a Christian to present arguments, right?
Not really. It's Christian specifically on the topic: is the Bible evil?
Oh yeah. Interesting.
But
Okay.
I mean, if
You don't
have
allow.
a question or something you wanted to say?
Yeah. I wanted to ask you something, but you don't allow screen sharing.
Well, not really. I don't want to screen share with people who I don't know.
You can't take it off the stream and look at my screen share.
You can put it there if you want, and I can look at it.
Are you okay? Yeah, sure. You see it? I think you have to let it up or something.
It looks like a blank screen.
Yeah, it's a video. That's why.
Okay, what's the video?
Well, I have to show it. I can't already. You see it? It says Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
Yeah, but what is it for? What is it about?
It's regarding this guy here. You see?
I don't know who he is.
Oh, he's
The
like
guy,
a
the guy Vegan Gains.
yeah.
Yeah. And what about him?
Yeah, he got doxxed.
Yeah, and that's what the other person just came on right before you and said.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. So I can't show it to you.
No, why would I want to see his
Okay.
public private
Do
information?
you have Malik? You know Malik? You know him, right?
Dude, what does any of this have to do with the topic?
Well, I just want like Malik's contacts.
Okay, so go and message him somewhere.
Do you know how I can?
This is ridiculous. I don't know what these people are doing. It's crazy. Honestly, crazy. Why are all of these people coming up here trying to tell me about this guy Vegan Gains? Does anybody know what the hell is going on? I have no idea what's going on. Caleb, I hope that Caleb is going to be a Muslim, not a Muslim, or at least if he's a Muslim, he's not going to talk to me about Vegan Gains. Let's see what we get. Hi, Caleb.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Are you a Muslim?
Yes.
Are you going to tell me about Vegan Gains?
Of course not.
Okay. So what do you have to say?
I just had a question.
Yeah, what is it?
So, why are there different recitation modes in Islam for the Quran?
What do you mean? Why are there different recitation modes?
You know what you call how the Prophet recited it in different ways, the Quran, right? Like not beyond the Qira'ah, they're like different words. My question is why did he recite it differently? Some of the stuff.
Allah revealed it that way. Allah revealed it in different modes.
Different modes. So okay, so when Jibril, what do you call, brought the Quran down. He brought it in different ways, right? Like it was one message, but like it was in different modes.
Yeah, it was revealed to the Prophet that way. That's what the Hadith says.
Can you show me which hadith says that? Because I honestly was trying to find it. I couldn't really find it.
I mean, 1 second.
Yeah, by the way, you should join up God Logic because he's streaming right now. You should bake him, you know what I'm saying?
I should do what? Sorry.
You should join the God Logic and bake him because he's streaming right now.
No, I'm not going to join his stream.
Just a recommendation, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's funny how God Logic labels, like, whenever he debates with you, he labels his stuff as he cooked you, while you clearly, like, cooked him.
Yeah, well, he's a special kind of person. But anyway, I'll have to look for the Hadith. I do want to deal with other guests, and I'll post it in the chat, inshallah.
Okay, yeah, but just one more question before I leave. How can we biblically prove that crucifixion never happened? Because like, how can we prove that it was just made to appear so, and so that the resurrection, that divine occurrence, did not happen?
Yeah, but why would a Muslim need to prove it from the Bible?
Because when you're giving dawah, wouldn't the Christians want what do you call proof from their own book because they don't accept the Quran yet?
Yeah, but there are certain things that are in the Bible that we don't agree with, right?
Yeah, but then okay, then how can we prove that the crucifixion did not happen in general?
You would have to go through historically, or you would have to explain or prove to them why the Quran is true, and then naturally they're going to accept what it says.
All right, but historically, doesn't history itself just say what do you call it? He was crucified?
Hold on a second. You said does history say that?
Because
Many
history
people
itself,
claim that,
because
sure.
a lot of historians do say what you call he was crucified, because even the Quran kind of agrees with it, because the Quran says what I call he was nor killed nor was he crucified, but was only made to appear so, and they were boasting that they have killed the Messiah, son of Mary. Okay, so the Quran does what I call approve that history itself is claiming that they have killed the Messiah.
Yeah.
So so the only path left is to prove the Quran is the true path. Then the problem becomes
But there are certain things. Let me just explain something. I'm not saying that this is the case with crucifixion, but there are certain things that the Quran says that we can't necessarily prove, quote unquote, historically independent of the Quran. That doesn't make it not true.
yeah, sure. You're right. Okay. Uh
I mean, can you prove historically that Moses performed the miracles that he did in that are mentioned in the Quran?
uh honestly, I don't know. I don't think we can, because it was I think it was too long ago, but the only witnesses there were the Israelites, and I don't think they wrote anything about it. So I think it was just pure divine revelation that let us know that that event did occur.
Right. So not everything needs to be proven historically that's mentioned in Revelation.
Yeah, but what? That's not debated over. That's the thing. The crucifixion is
It
debated
is.
over.
It is. It is debated over. Many
What you mean?
people think that Moses never even existed.
But that's probably like those are probably like atheists and stuff. I'm talking about
Yeah.
like the Christians and Muslims. Uh, the thing is the crucifixion. It's historically they validated historians validated and stuff. And when giving dawah to what you call Christians, the problem becomes that what you call they're not willing to accept the Quran, because they say it's been what you call corrupted, as of that's what God Logic says. Okay, he's a fool. He says it's been corrupted. He's an original Quranic Christian, apparently to him.
Yeah.
So,
But do historians say that Jesus declared himself to be God?
well, doesn't isn't don't what do you call Christians believe that the Gospels are the eyewitness accounts? What do you call
No,
of
but forget
Jesus,
about
right?
Christians. You said about historians and what you said history is showing that Jesus was crucified. I'm asking what do historians say about Jesus calling
But
himself God?
aren't the historians based their claims? Aren't there what do you call source based on the Gospels?
But yeah, but not only on the Gospels. But I'm asking you, do they
But what
claim
other
that
sources do
Jesus
they have?
claimed to be God?
Uh, no.
No. So why do Christians accept the historians' claims about the crucifixion, but not about Jesus not being God?
Ignorance.
No, they're just inconsistent. They're just going to accept what the Bible says. That's the reality.
True.
So you have to show them that the Bible is not true in general, and that the Quran is true.
The Quran. Yeah. Okay. And how can you show them that the Quran is true? Because they prove out inconsistencies. Man, for me, because I'm kind of new. I just set up stands in my university, give out free Quran. Uh, I don't know how to prove that concisely. That's the true
Um,
word of God.
yeah, you can go watch my debate with Apus, and I give some prophecies in the Quran that show that it can only be from Allah.
All right, that's good.
But
Okay,
I'm going to have to go to the next person because we got a few people waiting.
all right, man. Have a good day. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. We're getting a lot of Muslims on. I think the Christians are afraid after they saw what happened to so-called Brother Maverick since he got barbecue chicken. So let's go to Truth Prevails. Okay, so this is another troll who I don't know what's the obsession. I genuinely want to know what is it if these guys are Muslims, what is the Muslim obsession with this guy Vegan Gains? What is the obsession? I have no idea. But what I'm not about to do, like Muslims, why are you trying to get my own platform flagged? If you want to do this with this guy Vegan Gains and put his info out there, it's got nothing to do with me. But do you realize if you do that on my stream, my channel is going to get flagged? Do you not understand that? It's crazy. Okay, Mr. I Fish in the chat. Why don't you come up? The link is right there, buddy. Link is right there. You're welcome to come up. I'm going to go to the next person, though. Jason Blaha. I hope you're a Christian. Jason. Okay, another guy with this Vegan Gains thing. What is with these people? They're actually crazy, man. They're genuinely nuts. James, it says that you're in the back channel. It says your devices are not connected. So unless and until you connect your devices, I physically cannot bring you up. I Fish. Okay, I hope this is the actual I Fish in the chat. If it's another troll who's trying to do the Vegan Gains thing, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I Fish.
Yes, it's me. It's me. It's me.
Okay, so I don't know who you are, but anyway, you're the person that's in the chat?
Yeah.
Okay, so what would you like to discuss?
Oh,
yeah. So that's what they want to do. These people, what the hell is wrong with these Muslims? Are these Muslims? Are you guys Muslims? Are these people Muslims who are trying to actually get my channel flagged? Wow. Absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Okay, James. I'm going to bring James up, but it's probably another guy who's trying to troll Vegan Gains. Let's do it. Go ahead, James. Okay, James just wants to start screaming. So we're going to get him out of here. Bye-bye. AM, I'm going to bring you up. Maybe you're another Vegan no gains troll. I don't know.
Salam alaikum. I just wanted to mention that it will be probably better for you to, how do you call it, not to upload the stream, because I think they might try to flag you anyways. And if you have this stream on, maybe just make it private, inshallah. Just be careful, because I think they are up for you. I don't know from where whatever happens, but I think this is what their plan is.
These are Christians who are trying to do this. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Maybe, I won't even mention the names, but just be careful, because I think this is what they're trying to do. So maybe make this private, because you know what happened to the previous channel, just to be, on the safe side, inshallah.
Okay.
Inshallah. That's it. I just wanted to mention that. Salam alaikum wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam. Sarah Anbar will put you up. Is this another Vegan Gains troll? Sarah?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're definitely not a Sarah.
Yeah. It's one of my family members' accounts. So You know, that's why its name is different.
Are you here to tell me about vegan gains?
Sorry, there is a noise. Okay, so
Can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Are you here to tell me about vegan gains? What are you here
Sorry.
for? Hello?
Okay. Sorry. I'm a Muslim, and I have a question for you.
Yeah, what's your
It came
question?
from an atheist friend of mine. So,
What?
the question I'm gonna ask you, it came from an atheist friend of mine. That's why I'm asking.
Why do you
Uh,
have atheist friends?
I didn't understand. What did you say?
Why do you have atheist friends?
Oh, uh, I was on Discord, and it was a book club, and there I got introduced with him. That's why I have do you understand?
Yeah, I would probably stay away from that, but go ahead. What's your question?
Okay. The question he asked me, he was interested in Islam, and he was previously a Christian guy. So he asked me that, you know, do you think that Torah and Bible, uh, they were corrupted before the prophets like Zachariah and Yahya, or after them?
What was corrupted?
Uh, Prophets like Zachariah alayhi salam and Yahya alayhi salam. Uh,
Yeah, you're asking if what was corrupted before them.
Torah.
Yeah, I believe that.
You believe that that were corrupted before them? Uh,
Yeah, I do.
uh, uh, so, do you think that they worked under partially corrupted Torah? I mean, you just said, but I don't know how could they work under that partially corrupted Torah. Can you please explain?
What do you mean?
I mean that, mm, if it was corrupted, then, as a prophet, how could they work under that? I mean,
How could they work under it?
how could they operate under corrupted Torah? I mean, how could they, tell people to come to Torah or follow Torah when it was corrupted?
Because we believe that messengers receive revelation and they will know what is corrupt and what is not.
Oh, so they corrected the corrupted part, right?
What do you mean they corrected it?
I mean, uh, the part which were corrupted before, prophets like Zachariah alayhi salam and Yahya alayhi salam, they corrected those parts. Uh, are you trying to say?
Not necessarily. They didn't have to correct it necessarily.
Uh, if they didn't correct
You're
it, then
talking about did they write down a Torah? No, I don't believe that.
okay. And do you think that Ezra was a prophet?
Who?
Ezra the scribe?
Do I believe it was a prophet? No.
Okay, I asked that because because academians call him that he was the one who corrupted Torah, because scribes were the one, right? So that's why I asked you with this question.
Yeah, I believe it was already corrupt, but sure.
Okay, thanks for clarifying. Okay, Jazakallah. Assalamu
yeah.
alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Okay. Seems like we're getting mostly Muslims on here or trolls. To be fair, I don't know if they're Christian, atheists, maybe some Muslims who don't like me are trying to get my stream flagged. I have no idea. Really don't know. But I have nothing to do with this vegan gains guy. I have nothing to do with doxing him. None of that whatsoever. Where is it? I fish Do you want to talk about the divinity of Isa in the Quran? Sure, come on up. Come on up, fish man. I fish in a tie. Yeah. You can come up. Let's see. I want to deal with Christians, guys. I don't want to just bring up Muslims on here to ask me random questions. We could have Muslim only streams that where you guys ask questions. I don't have any problem with that. Let's see. So okay, I hope this person is normal. If they're not, it's fine. Sharkisha. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name correctly. I'm going to bring you up. Hopefully you're not a troll. I've been getting trolled a lot. This stream anyway. Hello. Oh, nice try, buddy. Nice try. Gotcha. I'm too quick for you. Too quick for you, dude. You keep trying to get my stream flagged, but it's not working, brother. Not working. I'm too quick for you, bro. You got to be better than that if you want to step to me. Come on. You got to be better than that. Mr. Fish, where are you? We're waiting for you. I don't see you. In the meantime, let's show you the evil in this Bible. Let's show you the evil in this Bible. Okay. I think maybe I'm guessing. You know what? I'm a fair guy. I can't definitively prove that these are Christian trolls, but I would say it's probably likely. You know, I would say it's likely. They're upset because I'm showing that their Bible is evil. You know, and it's hard on the mushrikeen. I've been telling you guys since the David Wood and apostate prophet debates. It's hard on the mushrikeen. So let me show you guys this. Deuteronomy 22, verse 28, which Mr. Brother Maverick got baked on. If a man happens to meet a virgin who is not pledged to be married and rapes her, and they are discovered, he shall pay her father 50 shekels of silver. He must marry the young woman, for he has violated her. He can never divorce her as long as he lives. Can any Christians or Jews come up and defend this? I'll extend it to the Jews as well. Can you guys come up and defend this? Defend that the Bible, that your loving God, Jesus Christ, commands in the Old Testament that a woman who is not pledged to be married to somebody who was raped by a man must marry her rapist, and all she gets out of the deal is being married to her rapist, and her father gets paid 50 shekels. Is this from the loving God Jesus? Is this really from their all loving God Jesus? That he commanded, that this is revelation from God, right? That a woman who is raped, if she was not betrothed to another man at the time when she was raped, she's forced to marry the rapist. Can any of you Christians in the chat defend that? Anybody? Can any of you defend that? Is your daughter, wife, mother, sister, auntie, are they only worth 50 shekels in front of a rapist? I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's immoral for God to command that a woman who is raped be forced to marry her rapist for 50 shekels and she doesn't even get the money, it goes to her father? What do you guys think about that? Why should the rapist be rewarded? He raped a poor woman and he's rewarded with marrying her for 50 shekels? That's it? That's it, really? Let's look up how much that would equal today, 50 shekels. In the footnote, it says here, it's about 575 grams of silver. Let's look up what the price is for a gram of silver. Price of gram of silver today. That is about $3. Okay, it's about $3. So that means it would be about $3 times by 575. Okay, that's about $1,725. Let's just make it even. Let's say $2,000. Let's bump it up. So a man can rape a woman, and the woman is forced to marry him after she was just raped, did not have sex with him for consent, right? She's forced to marry the man and now has to pay over. The man has to just pay over $2,000 to the father. And then he gets to continue essentially raping the woman, because why would she want to have sex with him after so-called marriage, after she was just forced to marry him because he raped her? Does that make any sense, guys? Does that really make any sense? Is this the all-loving God, Jesus? Is that what we're talking about? Now, let me show you another passage. Let me see if you guys think this is from the all-loving God, Jesus. Biblical Jesus. When I say Jesus, I'm referring to the biblical Jesus, right? So, let me go back here. Okay. Let's check this out. Well, let me know what you guys think of this. Right? 1 Samuel 15. The Lord rejects Saul as king. Samuel said to Saul, I am the one the Lord sent to anoint you king over his people Israel. So listen now to the message from the Lord. This is what the Lord Almighty says. I will punish the Amalekites for what they did to Israel when they waylaid them as they came up from Egypt. Now go attack the Amalekites and totally destroy all that belongs to them. Do not spare them. Put to death men and women, children and infants, cattle and sheep, camels and donkeys. The poor donkeys, man. What did the Hamar do? Even he got killed. So your all-loving God, Jesus, is commanding that people go and kill babies, infants, babies in the crib. And they said, we were the ones doing that? Let me just, now, I fish in a tie. If that is you in the back channel, confirm that that's you in the chat, in the live chat. I'm not going to bring you up until you confirm that that's you, because I think people are trolling. I fish in a tie. Nope. Don't put it in the private chat. Put it in the live chat. Put in the live chat that that's you. Or I fish in a tie, the guy who was in the live chat. Confirm if that's you or not. Confirm it's you, dude. Put it in the live chat. What's the problem? I don't need it in the private chat. Looks like he's gone. I fish, I'm going to bring you up. If you're a troll, man, it's going to be hard on you. Okay. I fish, go ahead. Go ahead. Show me what you got.
Yeah, it's me, okay? We good? We good?
How do I know it's the real I fish?
Okay. Can you hear me, Jake, or not?
I can hear you.
Okay. I'm outside and there's going to be a bunch of birds and stuff, so just wanted to forewarn you. Whenever you want to kick me, you can kick me.
Okay, good.
Okay.
So what do you want to talk about, I fish? You don't want to talk about the Bible being evil, right?
I'd like to talk about Isa in the Quran.
And why wouldn't you want to talk about the Bible being evil? Is it because it's hard on you?
No. It's just that was the topic whenever I first mentioned it, and you said come up, so that's what I got on my mind.
That was the topic of the stream, though. So I will talk about what you want. I just want to genuinely know. Are you unable to defend the Bible?
I'm familiar with those passages, and I'm not good at defending them, so.
Do you think it's hard to defend?
I don't want to say too much about Judaism, so I just won't say anything if I can.
Are you a Christian?
Yeah.
Do you believe that Jesus is a God?
Are you familiar with Joshua Sijawadi? I think he explains it the best.
No, but I just want to know if you believe that Jesus is God.
So how I think about it, Jesus is divine. There's only one God, the Father, and the Spirit and Jesus come from God the Father.
Okay. Anyway, but you believe Jesus is part of the
Did that
Trinity.
make sense, Jake?
I know. I just want to get to the point. You believe Jesus is part of the Trinity.
Right. Not
okay.
Maybe not the regular Trinity.
You believe that he revealed the Old Testament, so that's why those verses will be hard to explain.
I don't know.
Okay, you don't know. Anyway, what do you want to discuss about the Quran?
So Isa is the word and spirit of Allah, right?
Can you show me where that is in the Quran?
No, I'm on my lake right now trying to catch a crappie. I just got off work. But
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about. You're a Dawa guy, dude. You're a
Yeah, but
Dawa
what's your
dude,
claim?
right?
What's your
Well,
claim?
where it
Quran.
says that he's
What?
the word of Allah.
Yeah.
He,
You cut out there for a second. Can you repeat that?
yeah, it's what is it in 3 or 4? Chapter 3 or chapter 4, something like that.
You said the Quran says he's the word of Allah. Okay.
He's the word of Allah and he's the spirit from him both. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What's your question?
Well, the word of Allah is eternal, correct?
What is the word of Allah?
Well, the word of Allah is Isa, which is eternal,
No, we don't
according to
believe
your
that.
paradigm. Do you believe the Quran is eternal?
No.
Oh, you don't believe the Quran is eternal,
No.
but many Muslims do, right?
No.
No, that was a big heresy in like the 8th century, right? Those who
No.
thought the Quran was eternal and those who didn't.
Wrong, brother.
Jake, you got to know you got to know
You're
about this, Jake.
you're misinformed. You got to go watch my stream where I discussed this with David Wood, and it was a teacher-student session, and I educated his dumb ass. You want me to educate you?
If you want, but I'm pretty sure that there was a time when people thought the Quran was eternal.
No, that's
I'm
wrong.
shocked that you're saying it's not.
I know, because you're not educated, dude. You got to stop catching all those fish and pay attention to my
That's
streams.
true. That's true. It is. I do catch a lot of fish. Do you like to
Yeah.
fish, Jake?
No, I don't.
You don't like to fish? Do you
No,
like
I'm a
to?
city.
Do you?
I'm a
You're,
city.
yeah, with that Italian name, I thought you were a city boy. Yeah.
Yeah, I am. So no, the debate was over not whether or not the Quran is created or uncreated. That was the debate, not
Okay.
about whether it was eternal or not eternal.
So what did you say? It was created or not created?
My belief,
Yeah.
it's not created. It's uncreated.
Well, if it's uncreated, then it's eternal, isn't it?
No, doesn't follow.
Okay.
It has
Well,
a
okay.
beginning. The Quran is a active speech of God's speech. He spoke it to the angel Gabriel, and then it was revealed from and sent down from the angel Gabriel to the Prophet Muhammad. But that took place in time. Allah spoke the Quran in time. So his act of speaking the Quran had a beginning in time. But God's actions, including his acts of speech, are uncreated.
What about creating life?
Yeah, what about it?
Can anyone create life but Allah?
No.
So how did Isa create life from the mud and made them into clay birds?
He didn't. Allah did it through Jesus.
Wait, that's not what it says.
It is. It is what it says.
No, it says Isa did it. He had permission to do it, but that doesn't mean he didn't have the ability. He had the ability to do it.
And what do you think he did?
I think he created life. That's what your Quran says.
Yeah, what does that mean? How did he create the life?
He breathed into it.
So it was creation. It was creation ex nihilo.
That's the same way Allah created Adam, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Didn't Allah breathe his spirit into clay, and that's how he made Adam?
No, that's not how he made Adam.
Well, how did he make Adam in the Quran then?
He created him with his own two hands.
Okay. Did he breathe life into him?
My friend, I think you have a huge misunderstanding about the Quran. The Quran, when it says that prophets do miracles, any miracle that a prophet does is God doing it through that prophet, including what you're talking about with the clay birds.
But Jake, no other prophets created life.
How did Moses throw down the staff and it became a light snake that was alive?
The snake is not created life. Like it's not the same as taking clay, molding it into birds, breathing into it.
Was Moses' staff alive?
It was a piece of wood which was alive at one time.
Dude, was the staff that he had in his hand, was it alive? Was it an animal?
No,
Okay.
no.
Okay. And he threw it down and on the ground, and it became a snake, which was a live animal, correct?
Did you guys have that in the Quran, or are you quoting the Bible right now?
No, I'm referencing the Quran.
Oh, okay.
So when he threw it on the ground and it became a snake that was alive, Moses just created life, didn't he?
No.
How didn't he?
Because that was a process of him and Allah talking back and forth about what's going to happen, and Allah told him, throw down your staff, it'll become a snake, and that's a lot different than Jesus being a kid.
Yeah, he's the one who threw it down. God didn't throw it down, did he?
Right.
Okay, so
did he get in trouble for it?
And life, and it became a snake that was alive.
He didn't. What happened to the snake after that, Jake?
The snake went back from being alive to back to his staff.
Right. What happened to the bird of Isa, Jake?
Dude, you're asking about creating life, not what happens to it after it's created.
Did it fly away, or did it go back to clay? Oh, I think it is relevant. It is relevant.
It's not. Was your question about creating life or creating life and it staying alive? Your question was about creating life. You don't understand the Quranic paradigm, dude. How could you think that the Quran is saying that Jesus is God when it explicitly says, when it explicitly says that Jesus is not God, and that anyone who believes that is going to hell for eternity?
Where does it explicitly say Isa is not Allah?
Okay, watch this. I'll show
you. Is it nice having somebody on that is just like cool and you can just have a conversation with?
Sometimes. Let's see here. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to share it on my screen.
I'm looking at my fish finder and I'm looking at my phone. So you got me.
The audience. I'm going to read it out to you though. Quran chapter 5 verse 72. It says, "They have certainly disbelieved who say." So it's describing people that have disbelieved. And what do they say? They have certainly disbelieved who say Allah is the Messiah, the son of Mary. Right. While the Messiah has said, "O children of Israel, worship Allah, my Lord and your Lord. Indeed, he who associates others with Allah, Allah has forbidden him paradise, and his refuge is the fire, and there are not for the wrongdoers any helpers." So those who say that Allah is the Messiah are actually disbelievers, and they're going to hell.
Did I lose you? Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I said the verse says that the people who disbelieve say that Allah is the Messiah, and those who believe that and say that, they are going to hell. That's what the verse says.
Right. So can I tell you what I believe that means?
Dude, it literally says, "They have certainly disbelieved who say Allah is the Messiah, the son of Mary." It's talking about Jesus. Those who say that Allah is Jesus are going to hell.
Are you familiar with the heresy of tritheism that was rampant in the 6th and 7th century of Arabia?
Dude, I believe you're a tritheist.
Sir, Jake, I've been cool to you. Come on.
I do. I believe all Christians who believe in the Trinity are tritheists.
All right. Let's go back to my question though.
Yeah,
Do
so
you
I
know
don't think it's relevant. The Quran is calling
But it is relevant. It is relevant.
all Trinitarians tritheists. You know
No,
that, right?
it's calling tritheists. Tritheists. That was the big heresy at the time. People that said Jesus is a separate God, and then you got the Theotokos, and you got saying the Spirit is a separate God. That was all heresies. That was all. That was the big debate at the time. So
No,
the
nobody
Quran,
was saying that. Nobody was
sir?
going around saying that.
Oh, you're completely wrong. You need to educate yourself, Jake.
No, you do. You need to educate yourself. I
Jake.
educated you on the Quran. Now you got to do this. Dude, you could educate me on fish. I'll educate you on theology.
Jake, open up a Google tab and look at tritheism, John Philadelphus, 7th
John
century
Floppin.
Arabia.
I know who he is.
Right.
Yeah, I know
Right.
who he is.
So he's the one that had the tritheism heresy.
And his doctrine was not popular at all.
Right. And so the Quran is combating that. Quran is saying,
not.
don't be like him. Yeah, it is. Of course it is.
It's not. It's explicitly saying that anyone who believes that Jesus is God or that Allah is the Messiah, which the Messiah is Jesus, according to the Quran and according to you, anyone who says that has disbelieved, is a disbeliever, is a kafir.
It's saying that Isa is not the Father. It's saying Messiah Isa, don't be a tritheist and join Isa and the Father. That's what it's saying.
What? It's saying that Allah is not the Messiah.
It's saying the Father is not the Messiah. Correct.
Father. What are you talking about, Father? It's saying Allah. It doesn't say anything about Father. It says Allah is not the Messiah,
right.
The Son of Mary.
Right.
You believe Jesus is Allah?
What I said, Isa is divine, and I think that they thought that. But he's not the Father.
Do you believe he's Allah?
He's not the Father. No, I agree.
Yeah,
Quran agrees.
He's not the Father, but it says that he is not. Allah is not the Messiah.
Right. The Father is not the Messiah. The Son is. Yes.
Father, dude. What are you talking about?
You got to read the commentary at the time, the text at the time, what was going on at that time.
We know exactly what was happening.
Okay. What was the big heresy at the time? Let me show you this.
Verse number 75 in the same context. 3 verses later, the Messiah, son of Mary, was nothing but a messenger. Other messengers have passed on before him, and his mother was a supporter of truth. They both used to eat food. Look how we make clear to them the signs, then look how they are deluded. It says that the Messiah, son of Mary, was nothing except a messenger. That's it.
You know why that's there? It's the same thing. The big debate at the time, it was the Theotokos, right? The God bearer, is Mary the God bearer, or is she the Messiah bearer? You know what I'm talking about.
And what do you believe?
She's the Messiah bearer. Because if she's the God bearer, then that makes her God, and that's what the whole thing was at the time. That's what the whole debate was.
What kind of a Christian are you?
I'm probably a heretic, but whatever.
No, what denomination of Christianity?
I don't know. I can't find anything that I really like the most.
Do you go to church?
Not lately.
Okay, well, what church did you grow up in?
Well, I had a rough childhood, and I don't want to get into it too much, but I bounced around a lot.
Okay. So, Anyway, the point is, all of the historic Christian churches believe that she was Theotokos. That's
I don't think
dogma.
so.
Yeah, that's dogma for the Catholics, Eastern Orthodox, and even mainstream Protestants.
I don't think so. I grew up Protestant. We never, ever said anything like that, ever.
It is, bro.
Listen, we never talked about Mary, ever. In the Protestant church, we never talked about Mary. Because that's what the Catholics talk about. We're not Catholic.
Okay, so you're a Protestant.
Right.
Okay, well, I asked you before. You didn't want to tell me.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I should have just said Protestant. You weren't asking for anything too specific.
Yeah. Anyway, bro, Jesus is not God according to the Quran. The Quran also says Allah does not beget, nor is he begotten.
Right.
Jesus
That's
is
talking.
Allah.
That's talking about. That's talking about the Zoroastrians. The Persian king at the time said, like, and talking about the Roman gods having relations with a woman and creating a god-man child. That's what that's talking about.
No,
Listen,
it's talking
you just got to look at what at the how Isa is created. You know,
how
he
it's
doesn't.
created.
Does he have a Does he have a father? Hold on, I
No,
gotta take this fish off. Oh, Jake, you should come with me sometime. I'll show you how to fish.
I don't eat fish, by the way, either.
Have you ever heard of the fish called a crappie?
What is it called?
It's called a crappie. It's a panfish. It's like the greatest tasting fish ever. It
No, I
doesn't
have
even
not.
taste like a fish. I gotta put the phone down and take the hook out. Give me a second.
Okay. Anyway, we're getting the Christian fisherman's tafsir of the Quran right now. We do have somebody else waiting. In the meantime, while he's getting his fish,
I got the
Aqid-
fish. I'm back.
Okay, I'm just going to read this out 1 second.
Sure.
Aqid Defense sent a super chat saying, I took my medication tonight, brother. Please make dua. Allah eases side effects. I mean, yeah, pray for the brother. He has the same disease that I have, MS, multiple sclerosis, and he takes medicine on the weekends. And lately, he's been getting some. He usually gets pretty serious side effects. So, may Allah grant him ease. And let me know what's going on, bro. Message me later or something. You have my number, so let me know what's going on about the medication change. Let me know how that goes, inshallah. Anyway, look, fish in the
Sorry,
tide, bro.
I'm sorry to hear you have MS. I didn't know that, Jake. I'll pray for you. I'll keep you in my prayers.
Yes, I do have MS, but I fish in a tide, man. You need to seriously consider that you may be wrong about this Christianity business.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jake. I've started translating the Quran, and
How are
since
you going
it
to do
doesn't,
that if you don't know Arabic, bro?
there's AI, Jake.
Yeah, there's AI, but do we really need an AI Quran translation?
Well, since there's no diacritical marks, there's like an infinite amount of permutations it could be. I learned this from I learned this from a Muslim. He got me interested in it.
So why do you believe Christianity is true?
Are you about to kick me? Because that'd be like a long conversation.
I mean, you can always come back another time and talk about it, but I do have somebody else waiting, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna move on soon. Is
I
that
got.
okay?
Yeah, that's fine. I got lots of archaeology to believe it, but you got somebody else waiting. I'll come back another time, and I will honestly pray for you, Jake. I'm not joking. I mean that sincerely. And God bless you.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
All right.
make sure you don't fall into the water, bro. Have a good time with your
All
fish.
right. Thanks, Jake. Have a nice night.
Yeah, you're welcome to come back another time. All right.
Okay. Thanks.
All right. Take care. All right. So that was the real I fish in the tie. It's pretty interesting, you know. Anyway, he has his own ideas about the Quran. He says that he's going to actually try to translate the Quran. I don't know how that's going to go for him. But anyway, he's welcome to come back another time. There was somebody else waiting, and now he just left. Let's see here. There's somebody waiting here, and they left. Said that there was a Sunni here waiting. I don't know if it was also trolling me or what. I have no idea. Let's see here, guys. I don't see the person in the live chat. Let's see. Can you cover the verse where it says if women don't bleed, they get stoned? And how this is against science because the blood does not determine virginity. I could. But you see, there's other things that I can even talk about the verses that I did so far today that I don't want to actually fully go into because I want to discuss it with Christians on here. So I don't want to play all my cards, you know. But yeah, that is part of the Bible for sure, Zach. That is definitely there. Okay, let's see. You notice that Brother Maverick, when I asked him, can he give a single pre-modern Christian scholar or even Jewish scholar that actually interpreted the Bible in the way that he did? He said, oh, the NIV is wrong translation and it's got wrong understanding. Dude, you came here to explain to me a biblical passage when you couldn't even explain the difference between the first two verses and the second two verses. One of the key differences is the first girl is not betrothed, right? Or you have one that's betrothed and one that's not. You couldn't even tell the difference, right? Going back to Deuteronomy 22. So in the first case, the woman who is betrothed to get married, if she's raped, the man is killed and he's not to marry her. In the second case, in verses 28 and 29, if she is, if she's not pledged to be married, she's not betrothed to another man, then the rape victim is forced without consent to marry the man. And he must not ever divorce her as well. We know that this isn't about consensual sex because the example about consensual sex with a non-betrothed woman is in Exodus 22, verses 16 to 17. So you don't know your Bible, Mr. Maverick, and you think you're so smart, but you're really an idiot. You're really a dumbass. I'm sorry to say. You couldn't even tell the difference between the first part of the text, which says a young woman who is pledged to be married, and the second one where she's not pledged to be married. So we cannot get any Christians on here to actually seriously defend that the Bible is not immoral, that it's not evil. Somebody's asking me if I have a Discord. I will be launching a Discord server very soon that will be open to you guys. And we have a few other announcements coming up where there is a new course which is going to be released as well. So make sure you guys go and check that out, inshallah. But anyway, since we don't have anybody waiting right now and the last guy left, I think that's a good place to end the stream. I don't want to make these streams end like 4 or 5 hours as some other people do. We'll try to keep these short and educational. I don't have merch, but that's also coming very soon, inshallah. But anyway, I will get. Yeah, anybody's welcome to come and join the Discord. Make sure you follow me and subscribe to the YouTube channel and on Twitter. Those are the main places where I, post updates about stuff going on with my channel. I'm going to be doing more of these live Christian call-in streams. Maybe we'll do some with atheists as well. I don't know. I get bored talking with atheists. But anyway, we'll do some of these more of these streams. I hope that the Muslims out there are having a good month of Ramadan, increasing in ibadah, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our fasts and our ibadah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant the Muslimin victory over the kuffar in Palestine and all around the world. And may He guide the ummah, remove the oppressors, and, like I said, grant us victory over the kuffar. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. So anyway, if anybody keeps asking about my webcam, it has nothing to do with the camera. It has only to do with the Wi-Fi. And I assume, I'm not 100% wrong, but I think it's because of the Ramadan schedule and everybody using internet at this time after they're done fasting and after they're done with Tarawih. I'm making an assumption, but I have to go to actually to the Wi-Fi company and talk to them to see what's going on, because it seems to be at a certain time at night that this happens, but not other times. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, be on the lookout for my Discord and the course that's coming soon and the merch and all that stuff. We're going to have a bunch of new stuff coming out soon here on the channel, inshallah. But anyway, barakallahu feekum. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless and reward all of you. And I will see you all again next time, inshallah. But until then, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.